Hello, everybody. This is Joyce from BoQ Creations, and today is January 1st, 2024. Oh my hell. Can I just say, I cannot believe that it is already 2024. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Sharon. How are you, ladies? It is Monday evening, and Wednesday, as promised, Jennifer will be here so that we can release the kit. I see that some of you have already picked your copy up. Hi, Ann. Happy New Year. Hello, hello. I wish I had one of those things. Woo! Happy New Year. I don't have one. Hi, Sue. How are you? Happy New Year. Heather says hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year. Lois is here. Oh, my gosh. I'm going to tell y'all all about it. We stood outside last night in the 55-degree cold air here in Florida and watched the most beautiful firework display that our neighbors had across the street. It was absolutely amazing, and it's so fun to ring in a new year. New hopes, new year, new plans, new everything. So, yes, so I'm excited. Happy New Year. Yes, Jennifer is getting better. She had caught some creeping crud like the rest of us. And so in this house, in the last 3 weeks, we've dealt with pneumonia. We've dealt with seizures. We've dealt with just utter chaos and the flu. And, you know, you name it, we've had it here in the last couple of weeks. And it's been a very trying last couple of weeks. But you know what? That is gone. And we are looking forward, because looking backwards only gets you backwards. It doesn't get you to move forward. So, all right. So here we are. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Ann. Thank you all for asking. I still have a little bit of drainage and, you know, just that kind of thing. So I've got my drink here and everything I need. So we are, well, hello, Mr. Joseph. How are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Happy New Year. So we have decided to do a couple of things a little bit different. Yes, Heather says, bring on 2024. I'm ready. I'm ready. And all I can say is that a lot of things rhyme with 2024. I can think of a few. Can you? Did I get new glasses? No. Does it look like I got new glasses? They're dirty. I don't know if that, I don't know if that makes a difference, but they're dirty. Hello, Diana. Oh, my hell. Happy New Year. Can't start out the new year without saying, oh, my hell. Okay. So we decided as a team at BoQ, of course, you know, Jennifer and Heather are our design team, and we want everybody to celebrate their talent as well. And Jennifer said, you know, it'd be kind of neat if we did a challenge for everybody to participate in. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Happy New Year. So we decided that we are going to issue a monthly challenge to you guys, our viewers, and let you participate. And there, you know, I cannot confirm or deny. Well, yes, I can confirm and confirm, but not deny that there will be a prize given away every month at the end of the month for the number of posts and things to one lucky winner who posts with the hashtag for each month's challenge. Where will you be posting this? On the BoQ Crew. Yes, challenges, Joseph. This way you guys can show what your talent is. And hi, Sally. Hello. Hello from Guam. Wow. Thank you so much for joining us today. All right. So here's how it's going to work. You guys are going to be able to create objects, whether it's cards, mixed media, journal pages, scrapbook pages, whatever. And as long as you put the theme for the month with the hashtag on the page, you are going to get entered into a drawing for a prize at the end of every month. So that's how it's going to work. This month's challenge is Icy Adventures. So anything that creates an icy effect. It can be product, it can be card stock, it can be anything that you desire to fall under that challenge of Icy Adventures. This month you can participate. All we require is that you take a picture post it on the BoQ Crew. That is our fan page over on Facebook on the BoQ Crew, and you will be entered to win one of the prizes. The caveat is that you must use the hashtag. You must use the hashtag. So we are going to, no, that's not your swap. No, that's in addition to the swap, Diana. That's in addition to. So to help you out with this challenge, we will be posting the information, so don't panic. I just wanted to, yes, icy adventures. Icy, like slippery, like snow, ice, glossy. So in your, I'm going to go ahead and transition over to this one. So in your icy adventures assistance, we are going to be doing lots of lives using products that create that icy adventure effect. So if you see something that you like, obviously we carry the product and you can add to cart. And so all of these things that you see, we're going to be showing you, Jennifer, Heather, and I, how to make all of these icy adventures and icy types of effects on your cards and your scrapbooking. So for the month of January, the theme is Icy Adventures. Take a picture of post it on the BoQ Crew Facebook page with the current hashtag. Then you will be entered into a prize at the end of the month. Yes. That's how it's going to work. Don't worry, we will be giving you plenty of information throughout the month. You will not have to send anything. You will not have to mail anything. There's no money involved. All you have to do is create using the hashtag or the color theme that we give you. No, not icy. ICY. We're going to give you that hashtag in the coming up, Sue. So all you have to do is take a picture of what you did, post it, and if you want to mention, well, we would appreciate you mention the products that you purchased from BoQ Creations, but it doesn't have to always be product from BoQ Creations. We just want to learn from each other and inspire each other in 2024. That's what we're about. We're about inspiring and uplifting and changing the face of crafting. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, if you've been to Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby or any of the big box crafting stores, I'm starting to see that paper crafting is getting smaller and smaller, and I think that's because those machines are taking over. So, I want to see us continue the tradition of paper crafting and keep this going for us. The snowflake, I'm going to show you guys that in a few minutes. So I have put together a conglomeration of products that I use to make me look like, to make things look icy. So I just thought that I would kind of show you a few of those products that I use when I want to make something look slippery or kind of, yeah, I know Joseph is seeing that nice snowflake right there on my desk. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So I thought that I would just break out a couple of the products that I use to help me with my icy adventures. Okay, icy, I-C-Y, like snowflakes. So tonight's, I picked out some dies that were really pretty snowflakes, and I thought to myself, you know what, we don't do a lot of the intricate dies. And I think people sometimes struggle with intricate dies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of tips on how I use these intricate dies. And Sue says, ice gives me the shivers. That makes me fall on my butt, Sue. But, hey. My throat is a little bit dry. Okay, sorry about that. All right, now one of my favorite things that I like to use when I'm creating an ice effect, obviously, is cardstock, okay? So when I'm talking about cardstock, I'm talking, let me pull out some samples here. I'm talking about silver cardstock, of course. This is our Silver on Craft, and it is a matte cardstock. It's not a mirror finish, it's very matte, and it's good for hiding underneath or doubling underneath a layer like on the snowflake. I'll show you in just a minute. Also, I like to use the chrome silver mirror card, and obviously you can see my reflection. It is that nice. And unfortunately, no, Charlene, this is a couple of snowflakes from a Stampin' Up! Set that is long ago, but it is one of my favorites. I can keep my eye out if anybody wants that set to see if I can find it for you, but I know this is one of those things that I apologize for the snowflakes. We do have some, but not these particular ones. And also, when I'm talking about paper, I'm also talking about our rice paper. So tonight I'm going to show you how to create some really beautiful icy looking effects using rice paper, our cardstock, our mirror cardstock, and one of my favorite products, which is, let me get it, where is it? Is the Daniel Smith watercolor ground. I love this pearlescent white. It really gives a very beautiful effect to my snowflakes, so I'm going to use this tonight, and I'm going to use these beautiful snowflake dies as well as my cardstock and my plain rice paper here tonight. So, and then I'm going to show you all about how to die cut these intricate dies, and then if we have time, I'll show you my second favorite product that I like to use, which is the Stamperia glass paste. So we'll show you that as well. And then throughout the month, we will be showing you, Heather, Jennifer, and I will be showing you a lot of different I know, Joseph, always. Some things never change. The more they stay the same, the more they don't change. And then also, I want to introduce you to a sparkle medium that we have. Let me get it open. It is a mixture of tiny little sequins. See that? So that is a sparkle mixture that we have. It's tiny little sequins that are sparkly and white. So we are selling those. They're $5.99 a pack. And I will show you how to do all of this tonight. So don't worry, you guys. Here we go. Let's get to crafting. In 2024, all I think about last night was the it's 1999, Prince song that we're going to party like it's 1999. So, but it's not 99 anymore. I told my husband last night when we were standing outside watching the fireworks, I said, can you believe that it is already 2024? I said, I can remember when it was Y2K, when everybody was like, oh my gosh, the computers are going to crash. It's Y2K compliant. Oh my gosh, is your computer ready? And everybody thought it was going to be the end of the world. And it wasn't. It wasn't. Nothing happened. It just rolled over. He's doing great. Thank you for asking, Diana. He's still on oxygen a little bit, and he is still coughing a lot. But, Okay. So the first thing that is a favorite of mine for cutting these intricate dies is the precision base plate. Let me show you guys what the precision base plate is. It is created from Sizzix. Oh, let me turn it this way. And it is literally called precision base plate. And what this is a metal plate. Mine happens to be an older one, so it's kind of got this chalkboard finish. But some of them you might see has a very shiny finish like this. All the same, they do the same thing, so don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, it'll be fine. So that's the first thing, and this takes the place of one of your Sizzix plates in your Big Shot. I know, we thought it was going to be chaos. I know, we thought, oh my gosh, the whole world is going to end, and it didn't. It absolutely didn't. Okay. The second thing that I want to show you is this plain rice paper. So we do sell this in packs of 4 sheets. So they are 9 by 12, 9.5 by 12. The rice paper sheets are 9.5 by 12. And on one side, it's kind of got a shiny, slippery finish. And on the other side, it's very fibrous feeling. So you can almost see the difference. It's like one side is shiny and one side is not. So just be sure that if you want to use the side that is shiny, which means that your paper is going to, it's going to be slippery just a little bit, but it still can be stamped on, that you can purchase this rice paper from us. It comes in a pack of 4 for $6.99. I know that's pricey, but plain printed rice paper is like $2.99 a sheet. So I think that's a great price. And tonight I'm just going to fold these in fourths, just like this, and I'm going to cut me some snowflakes. Now remember, unless this paper gets wet, it is really pretty strong. You can't tear it, and it's kind of cool. So I just want to show you guys this. And then my other favorite trick to show you guys is wax paper. Let me grab that. I always keep a box of wax paper in my studio so that I usually just tear off pieces, you know, like I just tear off pieces and then I cut them down into A2 size so that I always have them at the ready. So this is my world famous trick for making sure that your intricate dies do not stick inside of your dies. So precision base plate for me when you make intricate dies like this snowflake that I'm showing you, and this little snowflake set is to put down some wax paper, and then that way you don't get it stuck in your die, and you'll see in just 1 minute what I'm talking about. All right, let me make sure I've got these on the paper. We don't want the dies overlapping. And come on. And then I'm going to run it through the Big Shot machine just like I would anything else. And it's going to cut through all 4 layers of my wax paper and rice paper. I know you guys are not going to believe that, but it will. Okay, so then we take our piece, our top plate, and we put it through, and I'm just going to run it through. I'm just going to run it through the recipe ones. What are we talking about? Did I lose? The recipe ones. Diana, you got me stumped. I'm going to call you when I get off here. You mean the last swap? Yours particularly has not come out. I'm waiting for something to come in for you. I apologize, but I figured when you get yours, you'll see. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about the swap from last month and show those. Tonight's more just, you know, we want to get you acclimated. I can't do everything in one night, so we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you that you can absolutely use these snowflakes. See that? These wax paper snowflakes are absolutely ones that you can utilize again, and I'll show you that in a moment. So I never throw those out. Now I have die cut all of these 4 layers of rice paper through my Big Shot machine with wax paper, and you see how these are not sticking to my dies. See, there's no paper in there. I don't have to you know, use my pokey tool or anything like that to show these off. I can just look at that precision base plate is the world when it comes to these things. And come on, get out of there. All right, so that wax paper keeps everything from sticking, and when you have a very intricate die like this one, that is like a must for me to have that wax paper in there so that I can pull those right out just like that. And then of course the wax paper piece I'm going to save because you guys saw me do some really beautiful flowers. I think Anne got that card with the beautiful snowflake flowers in there and the wax paper. I think that was the card that Anne got. So just so you guys know, I took a break from BoQ for a few days. So some of the things are, I needed some time with my family. I needed to get my affairs in order and, you know, get some stuff done. So I apologize if you guys are feeling a little bit neglected, But, you know, family first, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that I did take a few days off. But we are back. I don't know if you guys know this or not. Some of you do, some of you don't. But I do pretty much a lot of what goes on at BoQ by myself. How's the Rover Dover? He's getting big. He's 40 pounds now. I wonder if I could get one of the boys to bring him in. Let me see if he's outside. Maverick, are you out here? Well, hello, Maverick. Come here. Come here, Maverick. Let me see if I can do this, guys, because he's big. Let me see if I can get him on here for you. Come here, little man. Stay, Jackson. Sit. Come here, Maverick. He's over there investigating. Maverick, come here. Come here. Your fans want to see you, honey. Come here. Maverick. He's not listening very good, guys. Maverick, come here. Come here. Come here. Your fans want to see you. Yeah, come here. Come here. Jackson, sit. Oh, can I pick you up? Oh, my gosh. Can you guys see him? Oof, them big old feet. Look, look. Oh, okay. All right, out you go. I cannot pick you up. You are like 50 pounds. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ugh. Go, go, go. All right. Whew. That was my exercise for the day. I hope y'all saw that real quick. Okay. And I'm knocking everything over back here. Yeah, he is getting big. He's like a horse now. Oh, thank you so much, Lois. I appreciate that. I knew you guys would understand. With Alan being in the hospital, it just really threw me for a loop because he's my solid rock, and I don't usually, he's not usually the one that's there. It's usually me, and it threw me for a loop to have him sick in the hospital and see him so vulnerable. And it hit him fast too, you guys. That pneumonia was, I would have Sue, but I'm so afraid that my camera's going to putz out on me. I finally got all the systems working together, and I just thought, you know what, if I don't pick him up, he's going to, I'm going to lose my camera. Okay, so you saw how easy and clean those dies came out with this is the rice paper, and I'll show you some things on that in just a minute. So those came out beautifully. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is the mirror card. All right. So this is the Tonic Craft Perfection mirror card, and you can buy it by the sheet for $1.29. So if you want just one sheet, it is here. I don't know what it is. No worries. It is here. IT. Oh, my IT. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'm having an ID10T error. For those of you that don't know what that is, let me just share that with you. An ID10T. Do you see what that spells? It's an ID10T error. Yeah. It's an ID10T error. An idiot error for those of us that don't know how to use the computer software. That's what it is, an ID10T error. We used to say that when we would call our IT department at the pharmacy. We'd say, we have an ID10T on the line. So, you know, can we get somebody that knows how to work with the ID10T? All right. So, you guys might remember last year, gosh, that seems like so long ago, I showed you that sometimes when you put your plate down on this mirror card, you get all of those funky lines from your Sizzix plate like this. You get all of those cut marks in your paper. Hello from Ohio, Lori. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So what I do is I put a piece of wax paper, and that will keep the indentations from your from your Sizzix thing from getting onto your mirror card and ruining your card stock. So if you've had that happen to you, where you go and you run a piece of cardstock through your Big Shot machine, and then all of a sudden all of your cardstock looks like your plate, then just put a piece of wax paper and it will be fine. All right, so we're going to cut this through with that beautiful cardstock from Tonic. Let me make sure that I got it. Yeah, here we go. Hopefully I didn't just move those. Yeah, that's one of those things I can't stand, because this paper is so expensive anyway, and I don't want, you know, my my other piece of the sheet getting all messed up, you know, because of the plate as you run it through. So we've got that. Here we go with this one. And we've got our flourish here. All right. Now don't forget, guys, that all you have to do is take a picture of what you created and post it on our Bo Q Crew. For those of you that have not joined our fan club, it is called the THE Bo Q Crew on Facebook. All right. Now let's see what we're doing here. So this is the piece of wax paper that was on top of my my die here, and as you can see, my mirror card is unmolested, which is really good because I've got this beautiful snowflake here in the middle, and I just flick like this, and because I've used that precision base plate, the pieces just pop right out. I want to also start the new year off by reminding you guys that we are filling up for our May crop. If you are, yes, the Bo Q Crew, Heather will put a link up for us. Heather, just copy and paste the Facebook link for the Bo Q Crew. I know, isn't that beautiful? And if you prefer gold, we do have the mirror card in gold or blue or red. I'll show you all the colors that we have. So let me just, this cardstock is being a little bit more persnickety, so I'll pick all those out in a moment. All right, here's all these little pieces. I like that piece. Let me get this piece out. And what I'm gonna do tonight is I'm just gonna show you how I use this beaded gel and my rice paper. How is my sick baby Jackson? Let me tell you guys something. So Jackson has had seizures since he was about 3 years old. And that's why he's no longer an active service dog, because when you have a service dog that's having seizures, they become what they call unpredictable, and they don't know whether or not the dog is going to become, you know, violent or vicious if they were to have a seizure in public. Never mind the fact that, you know, it would really traumatize somebody if they saw what we saw when Jackson had that seizure. So we were sitting there, it was just like any other day. I'd had a talk with the boys, we were just sitting there chatting, and all of a sudden Jackson started having a seizure. And usually we don't panic, we just kind of sit there and say, okay buddy, it'll be fine, you'll be okay. But this particular day, he seized for almost 35 minutes straight. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when somebody has a seizure, they actually stop breathing for a short period of time. And it does, hi Paul, how are you? Good, Happy New Year. And it does a little bit of brain damage, believe it or not. And so, you know, especially when they seize for 35 minutes, it really, really is not good for them. So Jackson, by the time we got him to the vet and realized that this seizure was not going to stop and we needed some medical intervention, it was 35 minutes approximately. He had 2 rescue meds that didn't work, so we finally ended up having to sedate him at the vet's office to make the seizure stop. It was awful, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you. It was the most horrible thing that I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't do anything for him. I crawled in the back of the car with him, and I was laying back there, and I just said, Jackson, please don't leave me today. I can't handle that. I can't handle that if you leave me. So it was kind of scary. All right, so remember that these snowflakes that I'm tearing apart right here are 4 layers thick. Okay, so that rice paper I folded in fourths. So it is very, very thin, but that's okay because the tensile strength of rice paper, unless you wet it, is pretty strong. So, and the cool part about using the rice paper is that it's thin, but if you choose to keep them together, like I'm keeping all 4 layers of this one together, because I cut them together, they're going to stay together. Yeah, I walked in the door without him. When we came back from the vet's office, they said, you can come back and pick him up tonight, or he'll have to be transferred over to the medical hospital for observation if you know, we can't get things to be under control. And I just said, you know, when I walked back in the house, I said, I cannot, whoopsie, I'm throwing snowflakes on the floor. I said, I cannot lose another dog this year. I just absolutely cannot. And it was very hard to walk in my house without my dog for the second time this year. It just was very, very difficult. Okay, so I've got 1 layer off of here, and then these are already together with 4 layers, okay? I'm doing that on purpose because I want them to be a little bit thick. I could have, hi Barbara, how are you? I could have done these out of cardstock in white, but I wanted to show you the effect after you put the watercolor ground on it. That's what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is a, you use it for watercolor backing. If I wanted to, you know, kind of paint this, it is an iridescent looking white paint. And the cool thing about it is that it will take watercolor on top of it. So it's almost a watercolor type of paint. So I've got my paintbrush here, and I'm just going to take this watercolor ground, and I'm just going to paint the entire rice paper snowflake. And just this in and of itself makes these papers iridescent. And this could also be an icy effect as well. Now after I dry this with my heat tool, it will be iridescent. It will be watercolor primed. And I can use it to put whatever color I want to. Not that I couldn't have done that before, but now any color that I put on top of it is going to be iridescent. So that's kind of cool. All right. There we go. And you can kind of see how shiny this already is, and I haven't done anything to it. Okay? So if I wanted to now separate these, I would dry them first and then separate them again. But I like the thickness of them, and I'm just going to set this aside to let it dry. I'm going to go ahead and paint this one as well. And then I'm also going to use one of the wax paper ones, and I want to paint this as well. You see it's kind of an iridescent paint. It's not an acrylic paint. It is a watercolor ground. It's almost like a gesso type product, but it's not as matte finish as gesso is, if that makes any sense. It doesn't have that chalky feeling. There we go. So I am just putting some of that watercolor ground on here to make these. And you notice I'm using my glass mat underneath, because if I were to do this on paper, this would absolutely stick to the paper. And I don't want it to stick to my paper. Hi Roberta, how are you? Alright, now this is the wax paper one. I just want to show you, because you know, when you go and you do these and you stick them down to something, look how beautiful that's going to be just as a background on one of the cards. You know, like maybe I'll use it as a, you know, like glue it straight down to the cardstock. Alright, so I'm just setting these aside to dry. This watercolor ground dries really fast, so I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about making them. But you see how strong that paper is? Like, this rice paper is so strong until it gets wet. Once it gets wet, it can tear very easy. You can decoupage with it. But the point of showing you these is because I want to show you how beautiful the watercolor sticks to these on that rice paper. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, so there's another one. I know you guys are probably like, Joyce, come on now, show us what you're going to show us. But I want to really show you this, the watercolor ground, okay? So that's another one. I'm just going to hit it with my heat tool in just a second, but it'll probably be mostly dry. So what can you expect from BoQ in 2024? You know, we've been talking, we've been trying to improve. A business always wants to do more and do better for their customers. So, of course, we have taken on that task this year of trying to see what can we do better for y'all. One of those things is you guys asked us to do more lives and more Zooms. So those are coming your way. So be watching out for that. I know the schedule has not been posted yet. We are still waiting for one of the items that we wanted to feature this month to come in. So hopefully it will. If it doesn't, we're going to go ahead and post the schedule pretty quickly. But I also wanted to let you guys know that Stephanie's baby shower is going to be the 27th of January. You know, our Stephanie, our little Stephanie. So she's going to, we're going to be having an online Zoom attendance baby shower. So if you would like to attend the Zoom baby shower, we would love it. We're going to post that link for you guys. And you will be able to pop in and give your congratulatory messages and best wishes for baby, for Stephanie and her new family. So I'm really excited about that, and we will be putting a post up with that information on it coming soon. All right, so I'm just going to scrape this up so that I don't. There we go. Can you use this stuff through a stencil? Absolutely. Can you blend water-based markers on top of the watercolor ground? Oh, Lois, you're ahead of me. Look at you. You're ahead of me already. All right, I'm going to take my heat tool, and I'm going to just make sure that these are completely dry, which they are already. I love that. Want to make sure that this one's a little bit thicker. There we go. And you can see that it dries very, very fast. There we go. We got the wax paper one over here. Yep, it dries very, very quickly, so we don't have to worry about that. Oops, that folded over. All right, now I'm going to get a piece of black cardstock because I feel like you guys might be having a hard time seeing what I'm doing on this page. So I'm going to grab a piece of black and I'm going to just put it down so that you can appreciate the iridescence on these snowflakes. They're almost white and silvery looking. See that? Isn't that amazing? Yay! Well, that's a day I'm glad you can't watch, Cindy. I'm so happy for you. She says that's her last treatment day, so she's not going to be able to watch. She'll have to watch in replay. Well, we will be thinking about you, Cindy, and hoping that everything goes swimmingly for you, honey. All right, so I'm just going to see if I can't separate these. If I can't, then it's okay. I won't. You know what? I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave it. Unless they, you know, these remind me of snowflake doilies. Like little doilies that you might cut out. But you know what? I think since they're stuck together and they're looking good, I think I'm just going to leave them like that. All right. I have my Tombow markers. And I think I'm going to pick out a really pretty pink. I think I'm going to do these two pinks. This is 703 and 743. And I'm just going to put them on my mat like that. So yes, you can use water-based markers. There we go. There's our two colors. I'm going to grab my trusty little paintbrush here. Yes, 2023, I'm glad that we are almost done. I'm glad that 2023 is gone and 2023 is gone and we are done with that. Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of water, put it on my mat. I'm going to grab some of this pink with my paintbrush. This is the darker one. And I'm just going to paint right over top of my watercolor ground. And you can see it's very sparkly. So my pink paint ends up being very, very sparkly. I'm going to mix these two together, why not? And I'm just tapping them on and I'm painting right on top of that watercolor ground, and it is sparkly. So because I put the sparkly ground on, it's going to be sparkly on top. So this is just regular marker. Can you guys see? I don't know that y'all can even see that color on. I'm not seeing it on the. Let's see if moving it closer shows. I think it's kind of blending out that black. See the color on there? Let me get a blue marker. Maybe that will help. We'll do purple. That way you guys can see. So what is the difference between a rice paper paste and what you used? So it's not the paste, the rice paper per se, it's the watercolor ground that I used, and I can do it on regular cardstock. I'm going to show you that in just a moment. It's just that the rice paper is so thin and it holds up so very well to watercolors after the fact. So yes, I could have used cardstock and done the same thing for sure. Yeah, so I'm going to paint this purple. This is just the watercolor marker. And I'm just picking it up with my paintbrush and a little bit of water. I'm going to do these same here. All right. I'm wondering if I could even use my marker directly on the snowflake itself. Why not? I could try it, right? What's the worst that can happen? What is the worst that could happen? I mean, it's dry, so I can color right over top of it with my water-based marker, and that gives it a little bit of a darker color. I think that's kind of cool. It's just a different kind of medium, Sue. I think that it gives you a different feel. Let me see, I have another purple and an icy blue. If you've ever seen rice paper screens indoors in person, they are so beautiful. I can enhance the color. Well, see, that's why I need my IT person to tell me how to do that. Because I'm just going based on what I'm using. I think it probably has to do with the fact that I'm also using black paper right now, so, but that's okay. So if this works with your water-based markers, will it also work with your water-based inks? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely it will. It just gives you a nice base for your watercolors to live on. Okay. Let's see. Let's get another pink here. Why not? Pink and purple are not my favorite colors, but you know what? Sometimes you gotta just suck it up, Buttercup, right? Alright, here we go. How beautiful is that? Now I'm gonna take and just color my I call it the stem or the flourish there. I've got a gold marker in here. I think. I think. All I can see right now is my metallic copper, so maybe we'll just use that. And I can just color my little flourish right here. But you can see that that watercolor ground gives you a lot of opportunity to color on your rice paper. And you can see that this is a metallic copper marker. And I'm just going right over top of the watercolor ground. You could use anything you want to, of course. Rice paper will hold anything, and the watercolor ground, look at that. I wonder if a piece of white paper would. There we go. Can y'all see how sparkly that is? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. What a great little flourish, right? Okay, so that's one. This is the one that we made with the wax paper. So I'm gonna take and do a, I don't know, let's do a blue. Why not? Oh yeah, that blue in the center. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh my gosh. How gorgeous is that? This is wax paper, you guys. Yes, it's usually used to turn what ordinarily is not watercolor paper into a watercolor medium. Yes, you are absolutely right. And it's really kind of a neat product because you could put it on a piece of cardstock. We have the transparent kind that's just totally clear, and you can put that on some regular paper and paint over it, and then put watercolor on it. And we use it a lot for Bible journaling, so that way you can paint it onto your Bible page, and then you can just watercolor or do whatever you want to on your Bible page, and it won't soak through to the back pages. So can you see that I'm just taking my Tombow marker? This is just a regular Tombow marker. The cool thing about the one that's iridescent, the iridescent watercolor ground, is that it shines through your marker as iridescent. So when you put the color on, the color is actually shiny, even though it's not the color itself. Does that make sense? Am I even like making sense right now? I'm trying to talk and color at the same time, and you know how that goes. Alright, so you can kind of see that those colors are beautiful, and then I just color the tip off of my marker, and then that way I know that the watercolor ground is off of it. See how pretty that is? I love that. I'm going to do probably one more color on here in another darker or lighter purple. I'll probably take my dark purple. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. And the cool thing about this is that if you want to decoupage these directly onto a piece of paper, you certainly can. They are 100% ready as soon as the watercolor dries. I see questions coming up. Let me make sure. Almost looks like a Christmas ornament. I know. But, you know, it is winter time still. It may not be Christmas, but it is still winter time this month for us. And, you know, so we want to take advantage of all the beautiful things that there are in winter. So you can see I'm just kind of coloring over that with any color watercolor marker that I have. I use the blue. Let's use the very light purple on here. And then we can call that ready for my card. There we go. How beautiful is that? What a great snowflake. All right, so get that iridescent off of my marker. Good to go. It does not hurt your marker. Let's show it on the white so you guys can see. Look at how pretty that is. Now I'm going to take this silver one and I'm going to put the wax paper one directly on top of it. Kind of, I don't know if I like that as much as I like it underneath another one. I don't know, we'll see. Here is our silver one. This paper is extremely thick from Tonic. I should have run it through twice. I knew better. If I were trying to just cut this out with a regular shim, it would have had to go like 100 times. Oh, thank you, Sue. And then we have this white one right here that I think would look really, really pretty with a light blue. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, that one's going to be really pretty. I don't know if I used this one already. I might even get like a little, just a little inventive here and just do some different parts of the snowflake. And then I'm going to put the beaded glass gel on this, and you guys are going to be like, oh, Joyce, that is so amazing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a couple of little points on here, and this will be iridescent and blue, just because I think it's so pretty. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, now of course I cannot leave well enough alone. I have to use some of our itty bitty tiny gems. These are, I mean, can you guys see how small those are? Oh my gosh. And my pokey tool, of course. My BoQ pokey tool. So, what was your favorite tool of 2023? I know, TJ's still trying to get me to buy a tangerine. TJ's still trying to get me to buy a tangerine. Alright, so here is my BoQ pokey tool. And I have these absolutely gorgeous, tiny, tiny little gems that I'm going to use my intricate glue bottle. As soon as there we go. And I'm just going to put some of these gems like right in the center of these snowflakes. And before you guys ask, yes, this is a brand new product for you guys here at BoQ. These tiny little itty bitty gems. But Lois says the pokey tool. Is it dirt? No, it's just called ground because it grounds the paper so that you can put watercolor in it. Now, do you guys see how easily this tool is picking up these little sparkles? So tiny. Could you imagine trying to do this with your fingertip on these tiny little gems? There we go. I'm going to bring these up to the camera so that you guys can see just how itty bitty tiny these are, but what a difference it makes in the project. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Maybe I need to turn the light off. Oh, there you go. You can see them right here. See on the intersection there? And when I kind of move it, you can see how tiny those are. Really, really super cute. And because they are so little, you can use them just about everywhere. Come on, glue. You were just working for me a second ago. Isn't that crazy how the glue was just working like 2 seconds ago and now it's not? Come on, you little crazy bottle. I can't stand that. Where's my pen? Let me get my pen out. See, if I'd been using my glue press, then that wouldn't have happened. I want to show you guys those sparklies too. They are just absolutely phenomenal.
phenomenal cosmic powers.
Lemon space. There we go. All right, so I can come here on the edges of these snowflakes and just dot a little tiny dot of glue. It doesn't take much, just a tiny, tiny little bit. And one in the center. And take my BoQ pokey tool. What glue am I using with such a fine tip container? Jamie, that's a great question. These are refillable bottles that we sell at BoQ, and I'm using art glitter glue inside of them. So that is, these little bottles we sell here at BoQ, and they are just phenomenal for the little tiny things that you want to do, like these little sparklies on here. And they come in this little container, these little sparkles. If you guys are interested in any of these, they are flat back, so they're going to sit against your project beautifully. And oh my gosh, when I tell you that there is so much detail in these little snowflakes that you can do, I'm not even kidding, because these little tiny sparkly gems are just gorgeous when you see them dry. I'm gonna show you one here in a minute that I've done already. All right, let me see if I can bring this up to the camera so you guys can see. Can you guys see that purple snowflake with those? Maybe, is this light on, I wonder? No, that light is not on. All right, let me turn this off, and maybe you guys can see the spark. Can you see them now? Can you see that sparkle in there? Holy cow. Look at that. Look how much sparkle it is. Look at that. So I've got them right here and on this one, and you can just see how beautiful that shimmers. I love those little ones. And they come in this little container which closes very securely so that you don't, did you hear that snap? So that you don't lose them, because they could get lost very easily. So there's those two. Now I'm going to do this one right here with that sparkly mix that I just showed you guys a few minutes ago. And then I'm going to go to this one right here with the glass gel. Remember, you guys probably have some of these products in your stash that you've used before. And, you know, so don't be afraid to drag some of that stuff out and let us know, you know, let us know what you're doing with it. All right, so I'm going to close this. I like this part of it. It closes back up, no pin, no nothing. It just keeps it nice and moist there in the tip, and that's all you need. You don't need a pin to go inside of the little bottle, Jamie. So yeah, it's definitely a, I'm just putting this in here because my little top got clogged up. And so you definitely just put this little rubber thing back on, and the little bottle is refillable. So I love that. Okay, here is the sparkle. Now this is not glitter. I know those of you like me that don't like to touch glitter. This is not glitter. These are just really tiny, sparkly snowflakes. I mean sequins, I'm sorry, that I'm going to put on my snowflakes. I'm going to put them all inside of this center here, and I'm not worried about the purple getting lost underneath this, because it will pick up the purple from underneath, as you're going to see in just a second. So I'm just using some Nouveau glue here because I have that fine spout, and I'm just going to take my finger because I don't want lines, and I'm just going to smooth it out, and you can see that you can still see the purple through it. And this glue will dry clear, so I'm not concerned about that. Okay. And I'm going to take some of these sequins. Let me get a piece of paper so I don't get them all over the place. Here we go. And I'm just going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle right on top. I'm going to push it down into the glue. And you can see that it absolutely picks up the colors of whatever it is that you are using underneath. So those sequins 100% picked up that purple and those blues and that iridescence in there. How beautiful is that? Gorgeous. So when I go and use this and on the front of my card, there we go. I can also take these gorgeous sequins one at a time, and I can put them in the centers of my snowflakes. That that absolutely is doable. You know, you can use them to decorate the edges of your little snowflakes because they are sequins after all, so that does make them rather adorable. And they're tiny. I'm into the small sequins and gems and things like that because I feel like I don't want something taking away from my project. I want it to enhance it, not take away from it. Does that make sense? All right, so Pokey Tool, there we go. Love our Pokey Tool. By the way, we've got a new edition coming in for this year with our Pokey Tools. Yes, use that on my flowers, TJ says. They're going to be in rose gold. So those of you that like our Pokey Tool, if you want the rose gold edition for 2024, let us know. They are being ordered as we speak, so they will be in shortly. They are getting made with our name on it. So if you want a rose gold tool that's not white, but it's rose gold, just let us know. The whole cylinder is rose gold, but of course the wax tip is still white. And you guys know if your tip melts or breaks or anything like that, we do have refillable. They are refillable. Your tool is not rendered useless. Now remember, my glue is going to dry clear, so these sparkles are just perfect. I'm going to have to post the card that I end up making with this with these snowflakes because I don't think we're going to have time to do it tonight. I really want to show you the gel. There we go. You got it, Roberta. So, oops, there's one that I didn't put a sparkle on. Get back here. How do you not? Okay, so we're going to let this dry for a minute so that you guys can really appreciate how beautiful and sparkly these gems are. Okay, and I'm going to put these away. Back into the bag you go. And I just want to show you that against this black matte, these kind of look orangey and kind of warm colored. But when you put them against the blue snowflakes, they almost take on a cool color. I love that about these sequins. It depends on the color that you're putting them against. I don't know, can you guys make the difference out? These look brown and these look blue. Can y'all see that difference? Look at that. I don't know if you guys can tell. Yes, Cindy, today starts our new, Cindy's like, I came in late. Can you recap? Yes, we are doing Icy Adventures for the month of January. Anything that makes your projects look icy and kind of snowy and glittery and shiny. So tonight I'm just showing a couple of products that I use to make these products look a little bit snowy and icy and kind of iridescent looking. So that's what we're doing. And I brushed some watercolor ground. I used the Daniel Smith watercolor ground, and this is the pearlescent white. And you basically put it on any kind of paper, but I used rice paper. And you just paint them, and that's what we're doing. So I'm just showing a couple of things that I use to make when I want something to appear that it's icy looking or very cold or wintry. All right, I'm going to need one of those wax snowflakes, and I'm going to grab my glass paste gel. This is a Stamperia product. It's called Glass Paste, and it actually has beads of glass in it. Let me grab a stick to stir. There we go. I feel like I've kind of cheated you guys a little bit. We haven't been here for you guys the last few days due to some family issues, and so I'm making up for it tonight. We're gonna show you a couple of new products. So this glass gel, you have to stir because, as you can see, all of the glass beads have settled down at the bottom. That does happen. Mine is brand new. It's been sitting for a little bit, so I have to just stir it up, but that's okay. I want to show you this these beautiful glass beads. It just takes a second. I know you guys, and you'll feel it the second that it starts to mix in, because it'll feel gritty. Like it'll start to feel very, very gritty. Yeah, and so I'm just, besides making a mess right here, I'm just stirring it, and the glass beads that are down inside of there, let me find a better way to do this. I should have put it in a dish. That's what I was thinking about doing, and then I changed my mind, and that's, okay, so I do have some of the glass beads up at the top. I just want to, they're called glass micro beads. So, yeah. So make sure, you can't shake this obviously because it is a very thick paste, but it does blend, it does mix very well. And you can see that it just kind of goes back into stability. It's not a big deal. This one's been sitting a little while on its side in my drawer, so yours won't be like that because they are newer. And plus, I'm trying to use a tongue depressor, and that's probably not the right stir stick, but it's okay. We'll get it, right? We use what we have. All right. Now, the reason I like this paste on paper is because those micro beads, those little tiny glass micro beads that are in there, they really, really, when this paste dries, it is clear, and all you can see is the texture from the micro beads, which is really super cool. I'm going to show you, especially when you use it through a stencil or something like that. There we go. Okay, so I have stirred in those beads. I'm going to spread it on a piece of paper so you guys can see what it looks like when I say that there's like little glass beads in there. Okay, you can hear it. Okay, let me grab my heat tool. I just want to dry it so I can show you guys what it looks like. It just gives it a little bit of texture, but the paste dries clear and the glue, yeah, I'm overheating it. Okay, can you guys see those beads in there? Like right there? They kind of look like little tiny fish eggs or tadpoles, or let me see if we can get a good let's see, little tiny eggs. Yes, Cindy, we've had a trying time at the Schmidt house, but we are doing better, because you know why? Because it's 2024. That's why. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this paste, and I'm going to put it on top of the silver snowflake. I probably should be using a paintbrush rather than a stick or a... Let me grab a paintbrush. I can use my watercolor ground paintbrush. Yeah, wherever it is. Okay, I'll just use this one. This one will work. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this gel and these beads, and I'm just going to place them on my snowflake here. And what this is going to do is it's going to dull the shine a little bit, but it's also going to deposit some of those micro beads onto the center of the snowflake. And it really looks, it's a really cool effect. When you do this through a stencil with this gel, it is absolutely gorgeous. Come on, little beads. I'm getting more paste than beads right now, and I'd like some of those beads. This just takes away the glue step if you wanted to glue some of these beads onto. There we go. I know you guys are not seeing those little beads, but you will. You will when it dries. Let me just pick up some more of those. There we go. Now this gel will dry clear, and all you'll see are the little micro beads shining on that snowflake. This needs to go into water. As soon as you get done with it, make sure you rinse your brush out with water. I don't want you guys to call me up and say, Joyce, my brush got ruined. How do I fix it? All right, so I'm going to put that on top of my snowflake here, and I'm going to let that dry. And I've got my wax paper one here. Let's grab my stick. This is not one of my favorite mediums. I use this a lot on my canvases. I don't really use this a lot on my card making, but I love, can you see those little beads like moving around in there? It reminds me of cream of wheat. You know, when cream of wheat is floating around in milk or something, or farina, that's what it kind of reminds me of, as cream of wheat. Let's see, I'm just going to go right through onto my black paper. And I'm putting this on the wax paper one. Okay. And then I'm going to use my pokey tool to lift it, or maybe even one of my spatulas. Now this is wax paper, so hopefully it will not, hopefully I'll be able to pick it up, because I should have done that on my mat or on the wax paper. Here we go. We're going to lay it on a piece of wax paper to dry. You guys will just have to see if they appear on a card. Here we go. Now these little micro beads on this wax paper will make it a little bit stronger, and that's kind of cool because, you know, it's just wax paper. We did a whole segment, a whole week on different kinds of things that you could do with wax paper. Well, guess what? Here is another thing that you can do with the wax paper. And I'm just pulling these out to dry. There we go. Look at that beautiful wax paper. Oh my gosh. And then it will have all of these sparkly little beads on it that will pick up the light. And then when I glue it down to my paper directly, it will have all of these beautiful little beads on it. There we go. See that? Can you guys see those beads? I don't know if you can see them right in there, but they will be so shiny. Oh, she loved it. Yes, Sue. She loves everything I do. That's the hard part. My mom, you know, she's my mom, so she's going to love everything that I make for her. Even if it was the ugliest thing on the planet, she's still going to love it. That's the great thing about moms, isn't it? All right, so you might ask, why would I do this? Why would I coat these in those little beads? Well, for one, when I go and I put watercolor on over this, you know, and I let the watercolor seep through on top of the beads are going to actually resist the watercolor. So the paper itself will absorb the watercolor, but the beads will resist them. And that's the thing that I like the most about these, is that the color gets resisted. So I may just have to show you guys what these look like tomorrow when they're dry on our live, because we'll be talking again about our icy adventures. Yeah, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let's get these turned over, and then tomorrow it will be all dry, and you will see what I'm showing you about these gorgeous microbeaded gel. Just got to get them prepped for you, that's all. So there we go. Okay, and so these will dry, and tomorrow we'll show you what we're going to do with those. Now, because this is a glue, and I want you guys to make sure, look, do you see these little beads in my hand? They're really, like, they get everywhere. Because this is a glue gel, I want to make sure that I tell you another tip. You see how this gets all gluey around the edge, and then you go and you put your lid on, and then your lid sticks to it, and you can never ever open it again? I'm going to show you another little tip that I like to do. So take a wet paper towel or baby wipe or something of the like, and make sure that you wipe it clean. Okay? So after you use it the first time, wipe it clean, and this will work with any bottle of glue, any type of medium that you have that the top might stick to the bottle. Okay? I just take and I wipe it off really, really well, and see how this is sort of dried already? Because it's already starting to dry. It dries clear, and then you can see those little beads. So let me just wipe that off, because I didn't do this first time. I usually do this when I open a bottle for the first time. So let me get that off of here so that it doesn't stick, and I can show you guys how you get this off of here. Okay, see that? So that's what causes your cap not to stay on your bottle. Okay? Oops. So I'm going to wipe all that off and make sure it's nice and clean for me to put my cap on, and then I'm going to show you the trick du jour. I don't know how many times I've had bottles of glue that I use all the time, and they get stuck, and then I can never open them again. So what do? Petroleum jelly. Take a little bit of petroleum jelly or Vaseline on your finger and go around the lid of the jar. Make sure it's nice and lubed up. Okay? And go around the outside of your jar, whatever kind of jar this is, and this will absolutely 100% keep your glue mediums from sticking to your lid. So when you put your lid back on, fear not that you will be able to open it again. That is my tip. Mic drop, jaw drop, let it go tip of the day. And you guys thought that I was just full of different with acetate, not the fake. Diana says, oh my hell. So Diana, obviously you've had that issue too, right? I do that with all of my jars. Yeah, all of them. Thank you, Cheryl. Any jar that I have that I think might stick, that's what I keep this little jar of Vaseline at my desk. So that's it, guys. Okay, so Icy Adventures for the month of January. Anything, any product, any method that you use to create an icy or wintry-like effect on some of your projects, please share, because we're going to be showing you all different kinds of ways throughout the month of how to do these. These are going to be continued tomorrow. And we are going to show you how to use the microbeads once they're dry. And then also don't forget about the watercolor ground and our little tiny sparkles. So there we go. We also have our cardstock from Tonic. So if there's anything that we use tonight that you might like, just add to cart or give us a holler, and we will make sure that we get it to you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful evening. Happy New Year to everybody. It is now 2024. I cannot believe that I am old enough to see the year 2024. I just cannot believe it. Did I try putting the Kids' Choice glue in hot water too? Yes, I did, Sue. Sometimes I'll run hot water, but if you just open the thing and put Vaseline around the top, you never have that problem. Never, ever, ever. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for your patience from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here and just being part of our group. I know you could spend this hour doing anything that you wanted to do, and you're here with us, and that means more to me than you can possibly know. So, thank you so much for being part of the BoQ crew. The year 2024 does rhyme with the word store. I'm just saying, just gonna throw it out there. All right, everybody, have a great evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow at noon. Don't forget Wednesday. Set your alarms for 7 o'clock because Jennifer will be here, and she will be here to show you those new kits. So, good night, everybody. Hi, Joanne. I didn't see you. You're welcome, you guys. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.